What is going on, everybody? Good late morning. Hope you guys are doing well. And today we've got a subset of the cornerback position to talk about. We've got the nickel corner or the slot corner or the inside corner. It depends on who you talk to. Everybody has a different name for it. Yeah, we're talking about specifically guys that for one reason or another are more likely going to move inside at the NFL level. A lot of the times it's because they're smaller. A lot of the times it's because they have short arms. There are a few different reasons why a corner might move inside at the NFL level after playing outside in college. And sometimes you have a player that actually played inside in college, and of course that guy's going to stay inside in the pros, most likely. So understand before we get into this, by the way, that sometimes you just never know. Sometimes a guy that you would have expected would need to move inside ends up not needing to. If I had done a pre-draft evaluation of DJ Reed, I probably would have assumed that he was going to move inside. And in the pros, not only has he not, he's actually been very good on the outside in his career. So it's just hard to know for sure. All we can do is make educated guesses with the information we have. So there are two top 100 corners in this draft that are expected to slide inside at the NFL level. And we're going to talk about those two in this video. And then we're going to have another couple videos later today talking about the day 3 slot corners. And I want to, and again, I want to stress some of the guys we talked about the last 2 days may end up playing some of their reps inside. So this isn't all we have to work with here, but it's a pretty substantial part of it. As for the Seahawks, I don't know if they're going to really need a slot corner right now because Witherspoon is really good in the slot. I don't know if they need to make another significant investment there, but it's worth talking about anyway. Especially because this draft has one of the better slot corner prospects we've seen recently. Like Devin Witherspoon was not a slot corner prospect. He was a cornerback that people understood would be able to play inside and outside and maybe would be a little better inside than outside. But Devin Witherspoon was not a slot corner prospect. But the guy we're going to lead this video off with today is a slot corner prospect, at least for the most part. And yet, he's still expected to be a first-round pick. I imagine he'll be a first-round pick anyway. So let's start off with him. Let's start off with Jahdae Barron. And I'll tell you, I liked what Barron was doing back when he was considered like a fifth-round pick. And then he just shot up like a weed. So I don't know if I should be proud of him or not because I was noticing him before he became a big deal in the draft, or if I should be annoyed that one of the guys that I really liked in day 3 has now rocketed up to the top 20. But anyway, Texas Longhorn, 23 years old, decent height for a corner. His weight is good. Like the size is not really the problem with Barron. The problem is he's got very short arms. It's hard to believe a corner can get away with playing outside at 29 and 5/8 inch arms. That doesn't happen that often. 9.5 inch hands. Tested pretty well in terms of the 40. The explosive scores not so great, admittedly, but yeah, most of the big boards have him going in the first round. CBS and Walter Football have him just outside it. A couple have him going in the top 10. Now, one thing to keep in mind with Barron is that part of the reason why he's so valued is because he also is expected to be able to play safety in the NFL. But still, I think you are primarily looking at him as a slot corner, and the aggregate has him at 17th, which is, you're not going to see that every day. He's coming off a real nice year, was a good ball hawk for that Texas secondary, 5 picks, 67 tackles, 11 passes broken up. Coverage numbers, he gets targeted a lot, and he does give up a lot of completions, so it is definitely something to note when he's getting, I don't want to say he's getting picked on. The nature of Texas is that teams are going to throw the ball on them a lot because Texas is always playing from ahead. So that's going to cause some of these statistical factoids, but I don't I don't know how good this is. Like 37 out of 68 for a defensive back that is also spending a decent chunk of his time as a safety. That's not what we love, but his PFF grade is sterling. So I do think there is a certain point where you need to look past that. So the strengths of Barron, pretty clear. He should be a really good slot corner. He should be a really good safety. And there is a possibility that he could be a linebacker on passing downs. Now, I'm not crazy. I'm not saying that you need to be putting a guy who's not even 200 pounds at linebacker on rundowns, but third down and long, clear passing downs, Barron might actually be able to serve as a linebacker. He is bigger than the typical slot receiver, so his size alone is kind of enough to swallow up these smaller slot guys. That's going to be very difficult for a lot of them to deal with, like the slot receivers that aren't big like Amon-Ra. And he's got great read and react. You put him in zone, he's going to read the play in front of him, and he's going to go to the ball well. He's also relatively sticky in man coverage. You can see that he's got the speed to hang in man. Some of his reactive athleticism isn't ideal, but he is pretty sticky in man. He can hang with his guy. It's mostly a route recognition, it feels like. He's able to kind of run the route of the receiver as the receiver's running it. He's very competitive at the catch point, very good at competing for the ball and acting like it's meant for him. And he's a fundamentally sound tackler as well. So, Barron, I mean, this is a versatile chess piece for your defense. That's the term that people use these days, a versatile chess piece, because he can do a few different things. Now, I do think the way that he plays is going to lead to a lot of flags. He does get grabby. He does get a little bit overly aggressive, especially in man. So he's got to tone that down, or he's just going to be a guy that draws a lot of flags. He can get beat by straight line speed deep downfield if you run a go route on him, which I don't know how often that's going to be a problem if he's going to be a slot corner most of the time. But on the occasions where you get a go route or a 9 route on him, it's not great. It's even though he does have good straight line speed, I don't know that you're seeing that when he's actually being challenged by straight line speed. And the flexibility that he offered in college will be somewhat limited by how short his arms are. Like, is he going to be a good pro tackler from the safety position with arms this short? Is he going to be able to play linebacker with arms this short at all? I don't know. A little bit harder to determine. And he does struggle to recover when beaten at times, it feels like. So even though his speed looked good at the combine, it feels like it doesn't always completely show up on the field. So he's very fun. Like I said, this was a guy that I was kind of liking before he suddenly rocketed up into the first round. I have to admit, I never looked at him as a first round pick, and I still don't know if I totally do. Like, I think teams might be getting a little ahead of themselves because this guy's been on Texas, and Texas is playing deep in the season every year. They're making the playoff every year, and a player like Jahdae Barron on any other team might not stand out as much, but because he's on Texas, you notice him more. So I don't know. There is some stuff with Barron that is partially a projection. I'm not 100% convinced that he's going to be able to do the stuff he did in college at the pro level. I'm going to say first round pick is okay, but I want to get past 20 before I take him. Like, if the Seahawks took him at 18, I wouldn't feel great about that. Not that I think we would anyway, because I don't know about the need, and I think it would be a little bit redundant with having Witherspoon. But even if we didn't have that, I don't know if this would be something I would be super into overall. So I can get behind the first round, but I'm a little tentative on it. Okay, there's one more slot corner that is projected to go in the top 100 right now. It's Jacob Parrish of Kansas State. 21 years old, so quite young. 5'10", so short. Decent weight, though. 191 pounds is not that bad. And when you're a nickel corner in the NFL, an important part of your skill set is tackling and being able to hold up in the run, so that's good. 30 and 7/8 inch arms, workable 9-inch hands. Tested well in terms of the 40 and in terms of explosiveness with his jumps. Jumped really well, ran really well. His 12 bench press reps are not so good, though. For read into that as you will. He's a corner. I don't know how much we have to sweat that. The big boards have him in the third or fourth round. The aggregate has him at the tail end of the third. Been pretty productive the last couple years. Did see a little downtick in his ball production in 2024, but his coverage numbers are okay. He does get targeted a lot, but he doesn't give up a ton. PFF grades have been pretty good, so pretty good all-around prospect. He might be able to play inside or outside. Like, his arms are not critically short, right? They're about almost 31 inches. That might not be a death knell to playing on the outside. And Parrish did play outside in college, so he might be able to give you both sides of it. He's got a pretty good track record of making plays on the ball. When the ball's in the air, he's pretty aggressive and he goes for it, and he knows how to play it. He moves pretty nimbly out there on the field. He's got good speed, good acceleration, pretty good explosiveness as well. He's got the speed to protect deep, so if you try to run a go route on him, he's probably going to be able to protect against it. He's got legitimate ball skills, and he's good at reading routes when he's in man coverage. So you put him in man, he's going to be able to kind of figure out the route as the receiver's running it and run it with him. So good amount of talent here. Now, the issue with him playing outside is that I think bigger receivers are going to be a problem for him. And that also goes for inside as well. If you try to pair this guy up on Amon-Ra St. Brown in the slot or something like that, or even a JSN, a bigger guy, I don't know what he's really going to be able to do. I think that's going to be a tough proposition for him. His change of direction is not great. His change of direction isn't as good as you would like. His reactive athleticism occasionally lags a little behind. He is not a great tackler. He doesn't seem to have the desire to be a great tackler either, which is frustrating because you need to do that as a slot corner. So he's got some stuff to learn there. The good news is he's not tiny, so I think he can do it, but it's not there right now. He doesn't react fast enough to break on plays at times. I think his reads are good, but he needs to trust those reads and just gun it and go for it sometimes. So overall, flawed. It is frustrating, the fact that he's not good in run support yet, because he's probably only going to be good for the slot, and that's a hard sell. I do think that he will be really good in coverage overall, though. I think he will be a very good cover slot corner, and he can get better. He's 21 years old. He can become better as a run supporter. He can become better as a tackler. So I'd go late third rounder. I think late third rounder is fair. I think that you're working with a pretty good base of talent and a pretty good base of skills. So I would go late third round on Parrish and feel pretty okay about it, aware of the fact that there's development to make. All right, so that's it for the top of the draft in terms of slot corners. The two guys that I think will go in the top 100. We've got a few more guys to get through, though. Day 3 guys. I will see you guys soon. Go Hawks. And let me know what you think.